all. Gonna fight till the end, and you're taking it all. You got the touch. You got the power. I'm sorry. It says I'm live, but I don't know for sure. So, I'm just gonna click on the video and see, because what I did with the NASCAR 14 Easter stream was I had it playing over here while I was playing over here. So I don't know. It's not playing right now on here. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Someone else. Oh, there we go. There's my face. Perfect. All right, it looks like it's going. So that is fantastic. Well, without further ado, then, I'll just close out of that so that we don't even need to bother there. Well, I need to see the freaking comments, though, because there's going to be comments. You know why? Because this is the live Q&A. And, yeah, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I'm probably just going to. Okay, so I have my webcam going right now and my AT2020 microphone recording my voice because the microphone on this camera is not good. So, yeah, so that's how this is going to go. Hopefully this one doesn't get deleted like the NASCAR 14 Easter stream, because that was a fun video. I enjoyed making that. There was a lot of people that came out and watched that. There were like 5 people interacting like live while everything was going on, and that was live. That was a lot of fun. I enjoyed that. I hope I get to do that again soon, because that was a blast and a half. So, before we get started here, since no one's watching yet, I'll promote myself here quick. You can find me on Twitter at Skid Row Ear Pizza. It's usually Dilly, but since the All-Star race, I've had not Corbin Forrester as my name because I like Corbin Forrester, and it's actually a little nifty story about that. So if anyone's intrigued as far as that goes, you know, comment. 0 viewers. Anyway, to start things out, like, I don't want to get to any questions too quickly, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to read you an excerpt from my past life. Okay? This is my past life coming to a head here. Okay, so this is my writing journal from 7th grade. That is, oh, shit, fuck. That was 7 years ago, I think. Depending on which one I pick, it could be 7 or 6 years, give or take. But, I just want you to know, by reading this, that I was indeed as crazy then as I am now. So why don't we get started? Okay, so I just opened to a completely random page. As you can see, I haven't flipped anything yet. I just opened to this random page. I'm gonna read this. So, January 4th, 2009. The best part about Christmas break? Stumped. Well, probably all of it. Mostly not going to school. I got stuff. It was fun to get the stuff. The stuff was many different things. There was DVDs, music, stereo systems, and pizza something. Oh, and pizzas. All right, there we go. The supper on Christmas was ham. Ham is good. My grandma made buns. My grandma makes some really damn good buns. They were frosted. I don't remember that, actually. All the food was great. Well, I have nothing else to say. That is basically all I did. I was home, and that is it. I was glad to be out of school, but unfortunately, I'm back, and that's it. That's just it. Well, why would anyone honestly care about what I did? Everyone goes home on Christmas break and gets stuff, eats too much, and sleeps. Everyone does it the same way. What's so important about mine? It is when people realize, oh, I have 2 viewers. Hell yeah. This is when important things actually happen. Okay, so that was titled Hooray. Hooray. That was titled Hooray. I just thought of something else that I can do. I'm going to read that second one on the page, but first I want to do something here quick with my, hell, where did I throw my notebooks at? shit. Okay, that's calculus. That's history. I think I threw away all my notebooks with writing in them this year. But yeah. I was going to compare my handwriting from then to now, and amazingly, it hasn't changed at all. So that's just what I was going to do there. So one more story and we'll get to questions. So this one's titled Snow is Gone. I don't like where this is going. This is how it starts. This is the first line. Okay, first of all, no one likes this season at all, period. Second, no one likes to be in school at this time of years. They want to be inside at all times. They don't want recess, but it says recess. And third, well, all of the above. I'm sorry I can't talk today, apparently. But I really can't. Oh, I have no viewers now. Damn it. Oh, well. But I really can't decide between melting it or putting it over the school and making a free ski lodge. Well, I'll go with the ski lodge one. It'll last longer and no one would have to go to school. Well, we would go there, but not really go in. Details, ski lodge, skiing, no school, no trees to run into while skiing. What else? Free warm drinks. There would be ski lifts. There is nothing really to write about in this one either. You just put what's important. Nothing important. Just covering the school in snow so we don't have to go. It is a simple operation with a crane, snow, and a drag line. The end. Wow. That was me being bitter about having to go back to school after Christmas break. Hi, Kamikaze. Hi, JJ648 Six-Pack. Want to ask some more questions? I know you had a lot of questions. And since this is about the questions, I will get to the questions. I don't know. I'm going to check this out quick. I'm trying to figure out lighting for this. What's awkward is this light back there. And then, you know, if it was like nighttime or something, it would be a lot easier. But it's the sun is rising from that way. But it still gets enough light in here, you know. It's just I don't know which one's better. I don't know which one's better, but the internet's slow here, like terribly slow. Okay. Luckily, just for this moment, I wrote down a couple of them. I was just gonna go to the video and like read them from there, but I actually started writing down a couple of them just in case, and I got a Twitter notification. Live chat is fucked up on the stream. Well, that is fantastic. That is the exact thing that I didn't want to have happen. Great. Great. Thank you, YouTube. That really helps. Okay, maybe if I go there. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, that's what we can do. I gave up my Twitter. Ask Skid Row Ear Pizza. If the chat is fucked up, then send me questions on Twitter. That is how we will go from there. So I'm trying to get my way back to the video, so I'll just see this first question by GA Dog Brian. Why don't you go to a race? What is the closest track? I shortened it up. That's probably not how it actually went. See, it says I'm live on YouTube. Isn't that cool? Okay, so why don't I go to a race? Well, that's because I live in the middle of North Dakota, and I am still in high school. Today is actually the last day of school, but since I got exempt from the finals because I'm so smart. I got exempt from the finals today for their see that it's even advertising that I'm live on the video. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so popped into the original video so I can start taking questions from there. So I'm gonna get completely focused on this webcam right now. So why don't I go to, well, I live in the middle of North Dakota and I'm still in high school. I really don't have like the freedom to do what I want whenever I want. And I'm also poor. Well, not like poverty line kind of thing. I'm going to probably go full-time working like next week or 2 weeks from now, so I can start getting funds for college. What I actually hope to do was go to the 2016 Coke 0400 or whatever they're going to call it next year at Daytona for 4th of July weekend, or, you know, knowing NASCAR, they probably changed that too. But yeah, that's what I was hoping to do. That was hopefully what my next recent. That's as far into the future as I'm looking for races. But after that, I'm sure I'm going to go to a lot more. Like once I get settled into college and, you know, figure things out, like get a steady income coming in or whatever, I'll probably go to a lot more races, like especially Martinsville. This year's Martinsville was fantastic. I want to see that up close. So yeah. And what is your closest track? Probably Kansas, but Iowa. There's a dirt track in Dickinson. I haven't been there for a few years now, but those always have some fun races. They have like the sprint car looking things. They have late model races there. Nothing like NASCAR related. They have their little North Dakota and Canada racing series, and they have races in like rugby. Minot, they go all over the place. Montreal, I think, even, or some hick town next to Montreal or whatever. But you know. So hopefully that answered your question. Okay, so next is Mac McCullough. Who is your favorite band? Well, I'm an aspiring musician myself. I have my guitar over yonder. And I draw inspiration from everyone in my iTunes. Like I could just flip through here and I could just close my eyes and pick a Jake Owen. Okay, I really can't draw inspiration from Jake Owen. Maybe the sexy voice of Jake Owen. I'm sorry. That is me, you know. Well, baby, don't think I can't love you. But yeah, I mean, I draw inspiration from like Judas Priest, movies, Nirvana, Phil Collins. But as for my favorite, you know, it's tough. Like I used to be like Lynyrd Skynyrd's biggest fan, like #1. I listened to everything Lynyrd Skynyrd, and that's kind of dropped off since I've discovered like more hard rock, like Fear Factory or Helmet, and even Dragon Force I'd couple in there. Disturbed. But there's still the, you know, the big ones like Creedence Clearwater Revival. I love them. They might be my favorite band. Butthole Surfers is a big one too. Bad Religion. Hell, even Bee Gees. I love the Bee Gees. Avenged Sevenfold. I have 6 songs by them. Death in June is a big one, but like Fear Factory and Bad Religion and Creedence Clearwater Revival. I can't choose between them. So that's, as far as that goes, that's my favorite. Okay, so let me pop back into Twitter and see if anyone's asked a question yet. I doubt it. Ooh, I got a notification though. Did you like Rusty Wallace? Yeah, I did. I don't think I really was old enough to watch from Rusty's glory years, but I did like him. I did have a poster of Rusty Wallace once, but who knows where that went. And you know, that was fun. I enjoyed Rusty Wallace. I didn't see him in his glory years, so I really don't know if I can honestly say whether or not I would have liked him. I might have. Sure, I liked Rusty. So, okay, so Evan Newman. This is one of the questions I actually had to think about when I first read it. Why are you so against Why are you so against Kevin Harvick? Wow, he had a 2-year skid. Every professional athlete goes through dry spells. Also, doesn't it suck that you live in North Dakota and don't have any tracks nearby? Okay, to answer that, yes, North Dakota sucks. It's pretty at times when there isn't snow on the ground, but it kind of sucks up here. There's nothing to do. It's the most boring place on the planet. I have nothing to do here. So now, why am I so against Kevin Harvick? Well, actually, Back when I was first watching NASCAR, I did like Kevin Harvick. I thought his car was pretty darn cool. Except he drove a Chevy, so I really wasn't inclined to like him. Then came the 2007 Daytona 500. So I am self-declared biggest Mark Martin fan on the planet. And when Kevin Harvick beat him to the finish line of the 2007 Daytona 500, can you imagine? Oh my God. Like, just to put it into perspective, I'm sitting here as a Mark Martin fan in 2007 thinking it's a miracle that he raced the year before. He wasn't even supposed to race in 2006, and now he's racing in 2007 like this shouldn't even be happening right now. And he's leading the Daytona 500, one of the most prestigious races in NASCAR that he hasn't won in his entire career. And he's finally here. He's finally about to win. And then Kevin Harvick swoops in and takes it. And I just despise Kevin Harvick after that. I fucking loathed Kevin Harvick. I wanted to crumble up Kevin Harvick's body, throw it into a garbage incinerator, watch as the ashes go up, look with pride on my work, and walk back home and watch the next race that Mark Martin was in because he was running a limited time schedule. So that was a very depressing moment in the life of Kamikaze Games. Since then, I've lightened up to Kevin Harvick. Like when he was racing in 2010 against Jimmy Johnson for the championship, you know, I was rooting for him. I fucking despise Jimmy Johnson too. But and then he started winning a bunch of races in the 4, and I was like, okay, good for you, Kevin. And then he started finishing in the top 2 for 50 years straight, and I was like, okay, that's enough, Kevin. Calm down. We get it. But yeah, that is why I'm against Kevin Harvick. So hopefully I answered those questions. I looked into the chat here. I see NMB Noons 1. Sup, Kamikaze. Sup to you. I see your question right. Jesus Christ, I see your question right in front of me. I'm going to get to it right now. Where in North Dakota do you live? Can you do your race reviews immediately after the race, if possible, except for night races? And when will your all-star review be uploaded? For the first one, North Dakota. Live in Bowman County, the town of Bowman. It's in the lower left-hand corner of the state, about as far as you can go. Live about 35 miles from the Montana border and about 27 miles from the South Dakota border. And you should come check us out sometime. We've got some pretty good sports teams, if you know what I mean. We get plowed every game. I'm sorry. No one goes out for the sports. That's why. And all the good players for basketball didn't go out this year. That is my excuse. And you know, I'm a gamer. I don't play sports. So the last sport that I was in was 7th grade football. That was a while ago. That was back when I was writing this baby. See, we're coming full circle here on Kamikaze Games. Okay, can you do your race reviews immediately after the race if possible, except for night races? I would love to. Like the Talladega review, that was just unfiltered. That was my humble reactions. If we had done the Kansas race review, I think it was, or maybe the All-Star race review, immediately after the race happened, it would have had a lot more heart, like the Talladega one. The Talladega one was fun to make. I loved that. Didn't like the outcome, but I sure do love making the race reviews. You know, that's the best part about the race reviews. If the race doesn't go like I wanted to, then I can at least scream about it and have some fun there, you know. So I would love to do that, but I still live at home. We have 2 children under the age of 8 living here that like to go to sleep really early. And I can't scream when that happens. And most of the things that happen on there make me want to scream. take for instance the Daytona 500 this year, you know. But anyway, yeah, hopefully that answered that question. And when will your All-Star review be uploaded? I don't know if there will be an All-Star review. I might couple it into the Coke 600 review, but I tried recording something in my car the other day, like Monday, I think it was, and it didn't go well. I wasn't in the mood, and I just was like, oh, fuck everything. And I kind of felt that the Everyone Hates a Cheater video would be enough for the All-Star race, because I was going to do a whole review and I was going to scream about Danica getting the fan vote again. Yeah, as far as that goes, probably going to record some of this today. I don't know when it's going to be uploaded. I have a session of it, but I don't know when it's going to be uploaded. It might replace Jimmy Johnston Racing because that series is almost over. I just looked over and I saw that and I was like, ooh. But anyway, yeah, I really love that game. But anyway, yeah, so I don't think there's going to be an All-Star review unless it's coupled into the Coke 600 review. I'm sorry if I'm being really quiet right now. I don't know how to judge the audio for my microphone right now. I haven't recorded a live stream for a while. Check the chat there quick. So we're going to move on to Elliot Newman. Out of all the NASCAR races you have watched throughout the years, what is your favorite out of them all? It can be any of the top 3 touring series, sprint, Xfinity, or truck. Well, since you're giving me that, I think I'll go all 3 of them. So what was my favorite truck race? Well, let's see here. I haven't really watched many truck races. I'd say the one that was recent. I don't remember. It was either this year or last year when like Jones was leading and then he ran out of gas and then someone else was leading and then I was checking Twitter there quick. I might go there next. Donald Knight is having a field day there on Twitter. But anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, the truck race. Where everyone was leading and then they ran out of gas and then Crafton came by. I think it was last year, but maybe it happened again this year. I don't know. But I'm getting annoyed with Eric Jones. That's all they ever talk about on Xfinity. I did like him when he made his Cup debut and he was getting a top 5 there before he wrecked. I mean, I was enjoying that. I was like, okay, good job, Jones. You know what you're doing. And then that's all they talked about during the Xfinity race at Iowa. And I was like, yeah, I get the idea. He's Eric Jones. Good for him. But to move into Xfinity, I think my favorite Xfinity race, say the one in 2011, I think it was, that Mark Martin won after Keselowski either wrecked or ran out of gas. I think he had a flat tire is what happened. But I want to be a little bit more original than saying gas mileage race for every single one of them. So I think apart from that, my favorite Xfinity race would have to be, was it Bristol that Justin Allgaier got his first win? I don't know. It was Justin Allgaier's first win. I was really happy for him. I'm a huge fan of Allgaier. I always have been. As for Sprint Cup, that is a tough decision. Like the 2005 Goodies 500 at Texas, the one where Mark Martin almost won. If he had won, that would probably be up there, but he did not win that race. But it was still pretty exciting. Like, I enjoyed watching that race, even though Mark Martin didn't win. You know, that is how good the racing was 10 years ago. But my favorite race, I don't know. I'd say like 2013 Sonoma when Martin Truex Jr. won, but I don't know. I didn't care for Truex back then. I mean, he was like a good guy. I enjoyed actually, the crazy thing about that is when that was along the dry spell that he was having, like he would get a whole bunch of good. It was kind of like now he was getting a whole bunch of good finishes, leading laps, but he wouldn't win the race in the end. And I was like, he didn't win again. It was happening to Jeff Gordon a few years prior, and it was like a flashback to that. But yeah. So 2013 Sonoma would be in the conversation. I really enjoyed the 2009 Phoenix race that Mark Martin won, the beginning of the 5 wins of 2009. A beautiful moment. Beautiful series of events. He should have won the championship. Yeah. I'd say I'm really trying to think back to the glory days of NASCAR. I mean, I don't really want to say like the most recent race because I haven't really watched many races before 2005, and I'm sure there was a lot of good ones. Yeah, I'll go with 2009 Phoenix. Okay, checking the. You didn't care for Truex until he was screwed in 2013, if I'm correct. Yes. That is when I started caring for Truex. Like before then, he was kind of just another guy on the track. He was kind of like a Carl Edwards to me. Like I could care a lot less. I couldn't care less, honestly, about Carl Edwards right now. Like when he does good, I'm like, okay, good for you, Carl. When he doesn't do good, I'm like not even paying attention to him because I'm too busy watching Truex. But yeah, it was 2013. That Richmond race where he lost everything. Everything was stolen from him, basically. So I'm going to go back to Twitter here. I know you absolutely despise Joey Logano, one of my favorite drivers, lol, but what would he have to do to earn your respect? I said before that it would have to be like Mark Martin would have to win another race before I'd even think about that. But, you know, I wouldn't say he doesn't have my respect per se. I despise everything about Joey Logano, but I wouldn't say he has zero respect. Like he's driving a Ford and winning races. Like that's impressive. I don't care if he's on Penske. That's still pretty impressive winning in a Chevrolet destruction series here going on. What did he have to do to earn my respect? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'd ever actually like him. Like, as for Jimmie Johnson, like, I have a lot of respect for him. I hate his guts, but I have a lot of respect for him. Like, he's won 6 championships. Most of that because of the Chase bullshit, but it's still impressive. What's more impressive, though, is his 73, 74. I don't remember at this point how many wins he's got. That's a lot of wins. Like, good job there. That's impressive. That's impressive. So, you know, I have respect for Jimmie Johnson. I just hate him. I don't know if that makes sense, you know. I don't know if that makes sense. But I've always subscribed to the theory that, you know, you can have respect for someone even if you don't like them. So that's as far as that goes. And another question on Twitter, are you familiar with Alter Bridge? No idea what that is. I'm sorry. Ask Skid Row Ear Pizza for Twitter. I'm sorry to keep promoting myself like that, but I got nothing better to do besides answer questions, you know. But anyway, do you have an Xbox 360? No, unfortunately not. Crit Smith. I want an Xbox 360. Like that's one of the only things that I would buy gaming related. Like I don't want a PS4 or an Xbox One yet. I might get one when they're like $250. Like I got the PS3 in 2011 when it was $250, I'd say. Probably 300. But I use that a lot. Like if I bought a PS4 now, it would sit over there and I never use it because I got the PC here and I always play my games on that. I just sit here, type it in, watching YouTube videos, just sitting back and, you know, yeah, watching some Uber Hacks or Nova. Yeah, but I would love to have an Xbox 360. Anyone could donate one, you know? Yeah, I'm sorry. So we're finally going to get the JJ48 six-pack, answering some of your 7 questions here. This is going to be fun. Okay, so what's your favorite food? Asking the hard questions already. Okay. Well, I once said that if you got pizza, tacos, and NASCAR, you're set for life. So pizza and tacos, it's really close. I wrote an essay about tacos once. 6 pages about tacos. And pizza, dear Jesus. Dear Jesus. I like to eat entire frozen pizzas. You know those DiGiorno stuffed crust pizzas? I could down an entire one of those in an hour. Not even joking. Not even joking. Get on my level. I can down huge pizzas, but get on my level. I'm torn between tacos and pizza, man. What I used to love most was macaroni. Back when I was in kindergarten, right after I come home from school, I'd always have a bowl of macaroni, like the entire box. Macaroni is delicious, man. I still don't know how to make it myself, though, so that's an issue. Cheeseburgers. I'm an American. I love my cheeseburgers. I could eat any cheeseburger and probably be satisfied. I don't think there's ever been a cheeseburger I haven't liked. Like just 2 days ago, we went to Mount Rushmore and I had a bacon cheeseburger there, some fries. Oh my God, those fries were good. It was $14.50 to eat all that food there. I spent $40 on food Monday. I didn't buy anything else. I bought food, $40. Jesus Christ, but that was really good. Not worth $14, maybe $12, but yeah. Alter Bridge is a rock band who I think you might enjoy. Okay, I'll check them out. I'll check them out. So, any more food here? I think I got the big ones down. Macaroni, tacos, pizza, cheeseburgers. I swear there's one more. Chicken in general. You know, there's a lot of chicken. You can't see me. John Cena. Yeah, chicken. Any kind of chicken, probably. Any kind of chicken. Love me some chicken. Give me some of that fried chicken. They have fried chicken now at the Senex here. Damn, that stuff is good. I'm so happy they got that. It's really good. It's really good. So let's move on. That's one question down. Let's go to number 2. What was the scariest moment in your life? Ooh. I don't know. Like I said, I play video games for a living. I really haven't done much. I didn't get real friends at school. Actually, you know what? I'm lying out my ass right now. I didn't have a lot of friends until about 5th grade. I'll put it that way. Like I'd have 1 and 2 friends that I'd hang out with at school from kindergarten to 5th grade, but it wasn't until 5th grade that I really got a whole lot of friends. And even then, I still came home to play video games all my life. So I really haven't done much. But as for scariest moment of my life, I wasn't really scared while it was happening, but I was scared afterwards. We were camping in Rapid City one day. It was summer a few years ago. I think I was 14, maybe. We were at this campground, and there's this playground, and I was with my sister, and we were hanging out there. But brilliant design here. There was a bar right across the way from the playground, so we were just hanging out around the entire campground from like 5 p.m. to about 10 p.m. And it was about 10 p.m. that we were hanging out at the park, just bullshitting around. And one of the guys that had been hanging out at the bar the whole afternoon, the whole evening, he waddles over. He's drunk as all hell, and he's coming over. He's like, "Hey there, kids. How's it going? I thought I heard voices over here. Just had to check this out, you know." And I'm like staring at this guy. I'm like, "What is this guy doing?" And he's saying like, "Oh, look up those stars. Aren't those stars pretty?" I'm like, I'm not taking my eyes off the guy. I'm like, yep, pretty stars. And then he goes, "You want to see some pretty stars? You go over there. You're there by that trail by the bushes. You see some pretty good stars." And I'm just sitting there like, "You kidding me, fool? Are you kidding me? You kidding me? You really you really trying to do this right now? And I'm just staring at the guy. I'm looking over at myself. I'm like, what the fuck? So he walks off, and we go back to our camper, and I'm just laying in our bed, and I'm just laying in bed. I'm thinking, what the fuck just happened? So it really wasn't scary then. Like, I look back at it now, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I was almost molested. But it wasn't really scary then. I don't know. I was chased by some pretty big dogs once. I was riding my bike, and I was driving past his house, and I'm just riding along, and these huge-ass dogs come by, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! And I start pedaling my ass out of there. That was pretty scary. Yeah, I haven't done much. Yeah, that's bad. As far as that goes, I'm graduating this year, so you know, who the hell knows what I'm gonna get myself into after that happens. Yeah. So looks like NMB Noons 1 lives on the West Coast because he has to go to school. See ya. Peace. Peace out. Peace out. So checking Twitter again. Okay. Let's get back to question number 3. What is your favorite video game console? I've had PS1, 2, 3. I've had a Game Boy. Regular old Game Boy. Nintendo DS. Wii. GameCube. And I think at one point I had an NES when I was really little, but I wouldn't count on that. So about 7 or 8 consoles in my life. I'd say my favorite would probably be the PS2. I've had a lot of memories on that. I've gone through 3 of them. Actually, I'm on the 3rd right now. There's 3. I think the other 2 are at my grandma's house, so I have something to do whenever I go over there. Yeah, but bought that about 2 years ago to play Gran Turismo 4. That's the only reason I bought it, because I used to have Gran Turismo 4 when I lived in Spearfish. That was about when I was 10, so 8 or 9 years ago when we lived in Spearfish, and I played that game like a lot. But I have this thing called Game Shark, which would put cheats into the game so that you could, you know, not have to do anything and still win races. So that's what I would do. I would always come home after school. I'd pop in Game Shark, and then I'd put in Gran Turismo 4, and I'd just sit back and watch the game complete itself. But I wanted to buy it again and do it legitimately. So I bought it again. It came in, and it didn't work on the PS2 that I tried it on. I tried it on the other one, and it didn't work on that one either. So I was like, what the hell? So I went and bought a new PS2, and the memories have been flowing since. That's how I've played all my PS2 games. That's how I've that's how I got into NASCAR Thunder 2004. Actually, I never played that game before. Well, I had it on PS1, but I never played it before getting that 3rd PS2. So I'd say PS2. What's your favorite color? What's my favorite color, brother? You know Saints Row? They're purple, like on the cover of Saints Row. That purple. I really like that purple. I like that deep purple color. Actually, right here on the Juiced 2 thumbnail, like that kind of purple. I like me some purple. I also like wine red. Wine red because I like wine. What's your favorite Judas Priest song? You mentioned that you listen to all their songs in your Fight Love Is All video. Well, you're right there. I have listened to nearly everything by Judas Priest. Checking comments. Finally, I'm back inside FNAF. Oh my God, yes, 6 a.m. Night 8. That was weird. As for my favorite Judas Priest song, I don't even need to look at my iTunes for this. I love Hell Rider. Hell Rider is fantastic. Like I heard Hellrider before I heard Painkiller, and the combination of the two really set the tone for my metal excursions over the course of the past couple of years. I first started listening to Judas Priest in Gran Turismo 3. They had Turbo Lover in there. Turbo Lover. Damn. I'm your Turbo Lover. Then Breaking the Law and Living After Midnight. British Steel is great. I love British Steel. But as for my absolute favorite, like even the new stuff, like Nostradamus. That's a word. Nostradamus. That was a good one. Nostradamus was great. Even Lost Love. That was my first one that I heard off of Nostradamus. Isn't that what the album's called? Nostradamus? Nostradamus. Yeah, that's what it's called. Lost Love is the first one that I heard off of there, and that kickstarted my newfound love for Judas Priest. Like before, it was a memory from Gran Turismo 3, and then I started listening to like You Got Another Thing Coming, Electric Eye, Screaming for Vengeance, Screaming for Vengeance. Anyway, yeah, probably Hellrider. So hopefully that answered that question. I popped on a Twitter quick, and I see another question by Donald Knight. But I'm going to finish the JJ48 six-pack questions. So, what's the best YouTube poop you've ever made? Well, if you don't know, got a YouTube poop channel. You can find it. It's called Sonic Fantard. It's linked on the channel page, under the banner. But the best one that I've ever made, it never got any views. It's called The King Saves the Universe. I worked on that one for a month. That was the most effort that I've ever put into a video, and it's got about 36 views. I cut up the reason that I made that is because I wanted to make the Don't Stop Believing one. I uploaded that separately, and I got about 100 views, and I'm like, I was thinking of making a sequel to it called The King Saves the Universe again, and I don't know. It's getting to be summertime. That's when I made it last. Took me about from June to July. I was actually in the process of making it when I had my 500 subscriber special that no one watched. So yeah, that's the best one that I've made, hands down. Like the only one that would probably come close would be the Need for Speed ones. Need for Speed, like Cross misses his nap time and Razor misses his nap time. Owl has no fucking idea what he's talking about. That's my most recent one. That one was pretty good considering I haven't been making a lot of them lately. But speaking of YouTube poops, will you continue your Oswald YouTube poop? I don't know. I haven't had many ideas. Like you can tell when you watch the first part, like I didn't really have a lot of ideas going into that. Like the idea for that one spawned from the be sure not to feed it too much. Seconds later, feeds him and he blows up. That idea is what kickstarted the whole video in the first place. And I wanted to make more parts after that because I was really getting into the groove. But then I ran out of ideas, so I uploaded it and thought just put it off until later. I haven't touched it since, unfortunately. I would love to continue making it, but I don't know if I will. So that's all of JJ48 six-packs questions. So let's go back to Twitter. Donald Knight, favorite movie/movie genre? I got a few. I might need a drink here quick. My favorite movie for a long time was Rob Zombie's The Devil's Rejects. I've always thought that was a interesting experiment. Like in that movie, the murderers are the protagonists. It's actually a sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses, but if you don't watch that movie, you probably won't miss anything. Like, I feel like the first movie was just a farewell to the 90s. It was released, I think, in 2000. And it was like a big farewell to the Rob Zombie era of the 90s. But The Devil's Rejects was like a plot-driven horror movie. And I thought that was kind of interesting. Like it's a fun movie. Plus it has Freebird in it. I love Freebird. But that would be my favorite movie, probably. I haven't watched many movies lately. Love Fast and the Furious. My favorite would be the fourth one. That's what kickstarted a whole new level of enjoyment in those movies. I'm just glancing over to my shelf. Back to the Future, I like that. I don't have many movies over there, do I? I don't know if this counts as a movie, but NASCAR Thrills. I watched that endlessly when I was little. As for favorite movie genre, would probably be action. I'm a boring person, I know. Action, like just mind-numbing destruction, Transformers, Mad Max. Yeah. So, hold on, one more question. Do you like Soundgarden? Love Soundgarden. You know, we're coming full circle again. When we were camping and I almost got molested, they were listening to Black Hole Sun. Love me some Soundgarden. Rusty Cage might be my favorite because that was the first I heard of them. Burnout Paradise and GTA San Andreas. King Animal wasn't too bad. Enjoyed that. But I need a refreshment. So So that's an hour. I think it's been a little less than an hour. So we're a little less than halfway done, unless I decide to end this early when there's no more questions or whatever. I don't know. I really want to record some games today because I still got to go to graduation practice. No. Okay, I guess there's no comment. Nothing new on Twitter. Okay, let's get hopping back to it. Favorite all-time NASCAR race and why? I already answered that. Okay. Shit, that's all the questions. No. Well, if you can think of any more questions, if there isn't very many questions for like the next half hour, I'll end it early. But since there's nothing better to do, let's get back to stories from another dimension. January 22nd, 2009. The dream that may not be over, ... Okay. Well, once I had a dream that I was going to save the world by going to an old tower to get diamonds and bring them together to save the world. Turns out that dream was the second longest. I woke up right before the end of the dream, or did I? I went upstairs and my dad put a paper bag over his head. Don't ask me why, but I was freaked out about it. So I ran away. That is when I woke up, or did I? This time my dad was supposed to set up field day at the track. I remember this part. Then he drove me to Eats and Treats drive up, the worst part of my dream. When we went to the drive up, the person there stuck out a piñata. Don't ask how this suddenly happened or why it was scary, but suddenly the car was black and my dad was trying on hats. I'm serious. I had that dream like our family was setting up a track meet for some reason. And for whatever reason, like my uncle, I thought my uncle was my dad and my dad was my uncle. So that was kind of wicked intense there. But so anyway, I went with my dad, who I thought was my uncle. And we were just driving. I don't know what we were doing, but we were driving and we drove past the track at our school. We drove past that and I was like, That's where we're supposed to go. And he drove up to the 50s flashback diner, drove up to the drive up. They stuck a pinata out, and that was kind of a symbol for bad things to happen in my dreams. Like, I think I had it twice before where someone had that pinata and bad shit started happening. Suddenly, we're in just a black room. Black room. Just sitting there. I'm lost. So it's black. I'm sitting there next to him. I'm getting freaked out because literally what he was doing, he had a stack of hats. He was trying on each and every one of them, going like, "Oh, I got a hat, cowboy hat!" And I'm just over there freaking out. Like I'm trying to close my eyes and open them back up to get out of the dream because I knew that worked. It's worked for me a lot. So I'm just blinking. I'm trying to wake up. Oh my god! And then let's see what happens next. I don't remember what happens next. I don't remember any of the stuff before that though, actually. But I do remember the track meet part. I'm lost. Okay, it was insane. And by insane, I mean how it freaked me out. Well, that is when I woke up, maybe. This time we went to Walmart, except it was the size of Washington, D.C. The strangest thing about this stuff is that I would never question why things were so messed up. Until, of course, I start freaking out. Like when I see something I wanted but had never seen it before. Anyway, this ugly old lady was at the checkout and yelled at me for being too happy. Suddenly, a guy with a white beard stabbed me to death. This is going well. It is then I woke up. This time I hoped, even prayed that it was over. It wasn't. I went upstairs, silent. I said something. I still don't know what it was. Then outside was a car. Turns out the car was from a dream I had months ago. The car, I remember this part. I had a dream a few months before that we bought a car. Then I woke up and nothing happened. And now here we are a few months later and that car is finally at our house. Damn. Okay. Then I woke up, hopefully. That dream I had, that was from last night. I still don't know if I'm awake or if I'm writing this and I won't have it again. I don't know if I'm awake. If it is true, then I am not, I guess. Then I woke up. I hoped, even prayed that the dream was over. I've been through enough for one night. I hope this dream is over. It's not. The end. So that was terrifying. I'll put that over there in case we need it again. So I'm going to check everything again. Oh, Jesus Christ. JJ 48 pack is back again. That is a lot of questions. Okay. What is your favorite Gumball character? That's tough. There's so many. Got the poster over there. Oh, man. I don't know. There's so many. Ooh. I want to say Richard because he's hilarious. Reminds me of my grandpa, actually. When I was little, he'd always come down from Oregon in his big-ass camper. He sold the camper. Oh, when I heard that, I was so sad. I had so many memories in that camper. I loved it. But anyway, he came down in his camper. We always have a blast. My mom doesn't like him, though. So our family's dysfunctional. I might have an entire video separate to this talking about why my family's dysfunctional, but I'd probably have to go Richard. Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon? I've always liked Cartoon Network more. SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents have always been the saving grace of Nickelodeon, but ever since that's that shit's gotten beyond old. Oh my god! Like there's videos on this site that go into in-depth detail as to why these shows suck now. I kick back and watch these, and I'm like, oh my god, they're right. They compare the old to the new. and we see why the old is so much better. Oh my God, it's terrible. But yeah, always loved Cartoon Network. Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Let me just flash in everything I remember. Johnny Bravo, Ed, Ed, and Eddie. Courage the Cowardly Dog. Powerpuff Girls. Dexter's Lab. Duck Dodgers. That was an awesome show. Looney Tunes, you know. The Hanna-Barbera shows. The Warner Brothers shows. Scooby-Doo. You know. And, like, I wasn't alive for the best part of Nickelodeon. Like the Ren and Stimpy's, the Rocko's Modern Life. I wasn't alive for that. And it's unfortunate. Those were really good shows, though. There's a lot of questions coming in on Twitter from Donaldo. But yeah, Cartoon Network. What's your favorite NASCAR game? I've always said NASCAR 2005 Chase for the Cup. It's my first one on PS2. I got it the day that I got the PS2. It was Christmas 2004. I got Gran Turismo 3, NASCAR 2005, Sly Cooper, Thievius Raccoonus 1. Yeah, probably 2005. But recently, I played a lot more 2007. I liked the swap mechanic. That was pretty fun. I've never been able to play NR 2003. I try to play it all the time. I get it installed and everything. I get set up and ready to race. Click race now. The game crashes every single time. So, you know. So favorite NASCAR game, probably 2005 or 2007. Papa John's, Domino's, or Pizza Hut? None of the above. Gotcha. There's this chain called Pizza Ranch. It's a pizza buffet. They have pizza, they have chicken, they have mashed taters. Pizza Ranch all the way. They started, but Joe Gibbs actually had a sponsorship tie-in with them. So they started having Kyle Busch and Joey Logano popping up and cutouts all over the place. So yeah, that was bad. But yeah, Pizza Ranch all the way. As for those ones, I'd probably go with Papa John's. When we lived in Spearfish, their Walmart had a Papa John's tied in, and their pizza was really good. So if I had to choose between them, Papa John's. Apart from that, Pizza Ranch or Little Caesars. I've recently gotten into Little Caesars. Woo, just in the nick of time. I glance over and I see, did you think Courage was scary pop up? Yes, I did. Oh my God, that was terrifying. That show was not for children. Like, You're Not Perfect. Like, that freaked me out, man. I'm just sitting there, and like, Courage is sleeping. They're just hanging out. And suddenly, this fucking claymation looking thing, CGI thing, just pops up. And I was like, what the fuck? And then the one where he's going through the apartment building and, oh, shivers. Shivers. He's going through the apartment building and there's this lion that pops up. There's the train. And then he goes to the door with the little girl on violin. Oh my God. That show was not for kids. That show was not for kids. Oh my God. Oh my God. What was the one with the You're Not a Farmer with the head that just pops up in their basement? I remember when I first saw it, I was like, legitimately, my reaction was just, and it was like, I'm like, you're not a farmer. I am a head. I am a giant floating white head. This is real. Wasn't that actually based off like a true myth? I don't know. Let's go back to Twitter. I'm loving all these questions. This is fun. Favorite Van Halen song? Torn between Jump and Panama. I used to have a Van Halen shirt, but then it got too small, and I was really sad when I had to get rid of that. Panama or Jump. I can't decide. Favorite YouTuber. That's changed over the years. When I was little and I was first getting into this site, like I didn't have a channel when I was little because I didn't have an email when I was little. And back in about 2008, 2009, my favorite YouTuber was this guy called Adult Swim is Evil. He's still around, actually. Still making videos. He's the creator of the Elmo Kills Blank videos. Insert whatever you want Elmo to kill, and he will kill it. My head is crooked. When I got my PlayStation 3 is when I really first started getting into YouTube. If I wasn't playing games, I'd be watching YouTube. Jesus Christ, I haven't even eaten anything yet. The first person I started watching on YouTube was Critical, Penguins 0. I've been watching him ever since. He's like, it was the first one that I started watching consistently on PS3, and I'm still watching him consistently to this day. That is how good this guy is. I haven't even grown out of his content yet. Then I started watching Angry Video Game Nerd. My first Angry Video Game Nerd video would probably be, actually, I know, it was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre video game. And ever since watching that, I've been hooked. Clement, the great Clement J642. I think that was the guy I got into next. He's a Sonic LPer, Mega Man. It was his Sonic LPs that I got into, though. And that's how I discovered Brain Scratch Comms and Some Call Me Johnny. Still watch them to this day. 72 Winnebago. I don't know if you've ever heard of 72 Winnebago. He's got Grand Theft Auto related videos, Twisted Metal, a little bit of Sonic. He's a fan of Fang the Sniper, so that is what I'm getting from this. As for the biggest ones, like the ones that I really watch, like I could just peek into my subscriptions tab. Chris McPasta, I watch him while playing video games. Jim Sterling, love me some Jim Sterling. Thank God for Jim Sterling. Sargon of Akkad, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Sheamus, the Archfiend, Undertaker Freak, Critical, Some Ordinary Gamers, Drunken Peasants, Buried in 12, Super Gaming Bros, Bible Reloaded, D. Chaffin, Markiplier, A Dose of Buckley, Thrash Maniac 99, League of Super Critics, Bruce Blitz, Rebel Taxi, Media Matters, Creature Hub, Universe Twisters, Tim Black, Ultimate 23 Dragon, Deeper Cut, Shadow 759. Shadow 759 is one of the originals. Dan's News, NASCAR Nixon, N2SC4R, NASCAR. The Thinking Atheist, Cult of Dusty, Tom Servo 3, Das Shit, Freedom Network, Wayne Foster, Jacqueline Glenn, Brain Scratch Comms, Alpha Omega Sin, Tails Channel, myself, Clement J642, Eat That Pussy 445, TJ Does Life, Auto Rock and Racing, Spoonerism, Spalina Productions, Some Guy 827, Walrus Guy 72 Winnebago, TNT Man 93, Game Grumps, The Amazing Atheist, 4-Player Network, Into Another, Wasky Squirrel, he's my teacher, Marble Hornets, Fig Pig 3, Raidmaster Productions, CS188, and Uber Haxanova. Wait, there's still more. B-Hawk, Mysterious, Mr. Enter, Some Call Me Johnny, RXD, Mark. Did I say Markiplier? Did I ever say Markiplier? Yeah, I have Markiplier. Sonic X 2014 and Jiggly Master. That's my entire subscriptions tab. My favorite would be Nova. Nova is my inspiration to start doing the gaming channel. So thank you, Uber Hexanova, for being there for me. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for being a friend. Yep, I answered that question before I got to it. Sorry, JJ Pack. Sorry. What's the worst NASCAR game you've ever played? NASCAR the game 2011. Utter trash. I was actually one of the original videos for this channel was going to be a review of that game, and oh, dear sweet baby Jesus, if I could be unfiltered for just one moment, I would say that was the worst thing that I ever played. Oh. It was not a fun game. Like, everything was wrong about it. It tried to be EA's NASCAR games and Gran Turismo's NASCAR excerpts. It tried to be both EA and Gran Turismo at the same time, and it did not work. It tried to be an arcade-style game while being a simulator-style game. And the closest probably thing to that would probably be NR 2003. But, oh my god, they tried too hard making it realistic. They put in, like, those telemetry datas, and it did not work. Ooh. Because I haven't played it so long that I actually don't remember why I hate it. I might have to do a series of that on the channel, but yeah. NASCAR the game 2011. Have you ever heard of Vinesauce? Yep. I watched Vinesauce once in a while. Like, if I see a video by one of the Vinesauce people, I'll say, oh, Vinesauce. I'll pop it and watch that. Only reason that I know about them is because of the Vinesauce game Corruptor, ROM Corruptor, because Critical mentioned it in one of his videos, and that's what got me searching about them. And then I started watching their videos, and I'm like, yeah, these guys are pretty good. I enjoy Vinesauce. I don't subscribe to any of them, though. I should. Am I caught up? Holy shit. We're caught up again. Well, if you have any more questions, I'm going to go grab a drink, maybe read another excerpt from my past life. And we got about a half an hour left, so keep those questions flying! Woo! Having us a Q&A. Yeah. Ooh. Does anyone like these? I just got these. I got 4 boxes of these. I got 4 boxes of these goddamn things. What the hell am I supposed to do with 4 boxes of these? They're gluten-free. I don't know. I don't know. Sorry about that. Okay. I'm back. Oh, looks like we got something on Twitter. Twitter. Gaming channels, you must check out Funhouse Team. I will. Don't you worry. I will. Oikos 000. Sweet Jesus. This stuff was forged in heaven. This is so good. Oh. That's my breakfast, yo. If you could design a NASCAR game, what would it be like? Okay, so actually, funny enough you say that. Before NASCAR 14 was released, I started writing down what I thought the perfect NASCAR game would be. And I've had the idea in my mind ever since. It's more like an EA style game, like NASCAR 07 style, but with like, actually NASCAR Thunder 2004 would be a perfect description. NASCAR 2004, you know, the cars are kind of bulky. Like, if we could just repackage NASCAR 2004 with the models of like 2015 or 2016 teams, you know, I'd be content with that. I would not mind in the slightest. But the biggest thing for me would probably be the revisions to career mode. Like, I gotta throw away the lid to this. I'm sorry. This is going to take a while. I'm going to give you my undivided attention so I can talk about this. Okay. The career mode, like, I would like it to be sort of similar to the EA games. But what I want is for there to be like contracts and forming your own team again. A combination between like NASCAR 2005 and NASCAR 2. Actually, yeah, just NASCAR 2005. What I would like for there to be is that you can drive for contracts. Like, you can have 4 series. I should just open the damn file and read it from there. I have it written down somewhere. I know that. Okay, let's scroll up here. Where would I put something like that? The perfect NASCAR game is what I think I called it. I know it's on my flash drive, though. So let's open up that flash drive. Yeah. Okay. Is it in? There we go. It's in. Okay. Shut up. Okay. Word documents. Perfect NASCAR game. There we go. Open, open, open. Come on, come on. Go, 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 go. Hurry up. Hurry up. There we go. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Single player, we have race now, career, season, scenario, and testing. Race now, like any other game. Options for race can have a series of sprint, nationwide, camping world, K&N Pro Series, or production cars, and classic series. Race lengths can be to 2%, 5%, 12%, 21%, 36%, 50%, 75%, 100%, 125%, and 200%. 200% would be locked to start. AI difficulty could be none, no AI on the track, beginner, amateur, professional, extreme, and very extreme, which is locked. Flags, we have none, cautions, caution/black or black flags only. Have an auto brake assist that doesn't suck like in the Technics games. Have a yes or no option there. Stability control, yes or no. Driver selections. All drivers who put practice time in the first 5 races of the release season in their respective series can be played in all 4 series. So there can be 10 fantasy drivers for each series based off random celebrities. Driver attributes return from NASCAR 2007 to 2009. Production cars, Ford RS Street Fusion, 05 Ford GT. Oh, release season. RS is for release season. So, like, if we were to release it this year, then a 2015 Ford Fusion, 05 Ford GT, 2015 Mustang, 92 Tempo, now we're talking, 69 Mustang. Chevy have a 2015 Impala, 2005 Monte Carlo, 2015 Corvette, 92 Cavalier, 69 Corvette. Dodge have, this was back when Dodge was a player. Holy shit. 2015 Charger, 2005 SRT, 2015 Challenger, 92 Stealth, 69 Charger. Are you starting to get a feel for the years here? Toyota, 2015 Camry, 05 Supra, 2015 Corolla, 92 Sprinter Torino, 69 Corona. You feeling me yet? You see, there's the idea that every 5 years for this game would be a different era. There would be like eras where you can have like the full race car selection from like 2014, 2009, 2004, 1999, 1994, and so on back to 1949. And then you have all these production cars. Classic series. Here we go. Update unlocked by completing challenges. Actually, I lied. It's not the 9s. It's just the 4s. 04, 94, 84, 74, 64, 54, and no 49. So features all drivers who finished in a top 43 in points that season. Finally, we're off to the track selection. Every track every single course that all 4 series had raced on in 2014, if we were doing for this year. All from the release season. Bowman, North Dakota, locked. Daytona Beach, locked. North Wilkesboro, locked. The Nürburgring, locked. And Rockingham, locked. And Circuit of the Americas, which is locked. And locked tracks and drivers will not be in career mode. And career. So I didn't talk about career because I was going to do that later because there was going to be so much shit. Scenario would kind of be like the lightning challenges and the scenario in this, in the Eutechnics games. You'll be given random tasks to accomplish to either relive or rewrite history. You may do this however you want. The choice exists for you to choose if you want to relive or recreate all the scenarios so the developers don't choose for you. Beginner. 04 Daytona 500. Relive, take Junior to the win, 500 skill points. Recreate, take the win from Junior with Tony Stewart, 600. Scott Wimmer, 700. Kevin Harvick, 800. Jimmy Johnson, 900. And then you had a race from 2013. Relive, conserve enough fuel, but keep up with Martin as he runs out to win. Recreate, conserve fuel as Martin, but maintain enough distance from Logano to force him into not conserving fuel and win. 1,000 skill points. Upset with Kevin Harvick, 1,500. 94 Slick 50, 500. Relive, take Terry Labonte to the win, 700 skill points. Recreate, take the win away from Terry with Mark Martin, 900. Jeff Gordon, 1,100. And then season is like any other game. It starts the same as race now, but with an extra option, which is season type, which is full season, half season, short tracks, intermediate tracks, super speedways, 94 season, which is locked, and custom season. And you can pick fake drivers in all tracks in season. Testing, like in Inside Lines head-to-head mode. Select a driver to face off against from the release season or the 04 season, then select the track, which is release season, and Rockingham, which is in the 04 series only. You'd then drive their car versus a ghost car of that particular driver's best lap. Beat everyone's time on that track to unlock. Always pull qualifying on that track. That's a lot of times. Multiplayer split screen, identical to now, only with multiplayer selections. Online. Creative opens to custom car designs, menu, background, custom soundtrack, game stack. You know, I was going hard, man. Combination of the EA games and Inside Line. Preset designs and the color thing like in the EA games, and the full body decal placer from Inside Line. Same for career mode, up to 5 designs for all series. Menu background. Design the menu background universally over the game. Can choose from drivers, packs, drivers, tracks, personnel, and production cars. They will all open to new menus except for personnel, which will scroll through commentators, officials, the flag man, those kind of peeps. Drivers opens to another menu for all drivers in the game with labels from which series they were most recently in. Tracks opens to all the tracks plus the 5 locked ones. Production cars opens to all production cars. Every choice would have several images to scroll through for the backgrounds. Custom soundtrack would open to the music database with all the songs in the game and a blank space on the last list to add another from the system's music base. And then game stats has 2 tabs, which is stats and challenges. Challenges are like the game's achievements or skill points from the old games. I'm getting hungry again. So the gameplay itself would be like a mix of Gran Turismo and Inside Line. You need to have the car control of Gran Turismo, but the physics engine of Inside Line. That makes no sense. Just think 2004 Thunder. Depending on the series, wrecking would vary in epicness. Okay, so I talked about the whole opening cutscene there. Some of the things I want to put in career mode was obviously the contracts and buying your own team. When you buy your own team, there's a whole plethora of new stuff that you get. When you're driving a contract, all you do is you pick the contract, you pick race now, then you hang out as your race. And there would also be like mechanics like rained out races or rain shortened races. But if you picked by team, then everything is put in your control. Like you'd have to go even as far as planning out the route that you take to get to the tracks in your haulers for like the most fuel efficient or the quickest route or the scenic route to sign autograph with fans or whatever. Like it's just a variety of things. And when you buy a team, you have to maintain everything. Like you have to maintain the crap that you buy, like in NASCAR 2004 when you're building everything individually. You have to maintain that stuff, like in MLB 08 in that franchise mode. You'd also, when you buy a team, you could have like retired drivers come and work for you as like development drivers or like crew chiefs. Like you get to choose your crew chiefs and your pit crew and everything, kind of like in 2004. Another big thing would be contracts. Like every driver in the game would have a contract. Like in, an NFL game, you like look up at the roster and you'll see their contract length. Well, that would be the same in this game. And when their contract length is up, the game would decide if they want to keep on the team or leave the team. And then they re-sign or leave, and then they become like a free agent, and then they can go to teams and do like tests for them, or teams can come to them when they're famous enough. Those drivers could also come to your team. And what I want to have with the teams would be like you build your own team and you start with a single car, but you can branch out into multiple cars. That's what I really want to have. And then you can have drivers come in, all that business. And I've been thinking about this since 2013. So, just some good stuff, man. Some good stuff. So, hopefully there's a new comment by now. There we go. Holy shit, that's a lot of comments. JJ, 6-pack's back. Okay. What's your favorite soda? Henry Weinhard's orange cream soda. Do I have some in the fridge? I think I might have one in the fridge. I'll be right back. Okay, never mind. I don't have it. But Henry Weinhard's orange cream soda. That's my favorite. Okay. Do you collect NASCAR diecasts? Not very many. This is the only one from like the new era that I have. I have a few like 124 diecasts, the really small ones. They're still in storage. Who the hell knows where they're at? This is the only one from really the modern era that I have. I got the 2007 Mark Martin one, the 2008 Mark Martin one, 2009 Daytona Mark Martin one. I think the 2006 it's a 2006 Mark Martin Batman one that's still in the case. I have a 96 Mark Martin one that accidentally took out of the thing because I thought it was a toy. Who the hell knows where that's at? I think I have two Dale Jr. ones. I have a 96 Terry Labonte, I want to say. It's a Terry Labonte when he was in the 5. I think that's about it. I had one for Bill Elliott. I had one for Jeremy Mayfield. I think I had a Richard Petty one. Had a Ryan Newman one. Had a Kevin Harvick one. I think that's about it. Do you watch non-gaming related videos? Yep. The Arch Fiend. Let me just scroll right back through that damn thingamajig again. So yeah, Creeps McPasta, obviously. Some guy, Walrus guy. Like, I'll watch Atheist Community videos, Marble Hornets, creepypasta videos. Watch the Young Turks every once in a while. NASCAR Nixon, Ultimate 23 Dragon, NASCAR related videos. Shit. I think that's about it as far as that goes. Favorite cereal, Cookie Crisp. I always love my Cookie Crisp. Always love Cookie Crisp. As for other cereals, definitely Captain Crunch, peanut butter Captain Crunch. Apple Jacks. Life cereal. I like Life cereal. I don't eat much cereal. Lucky Charms. Crazy thing about Lucky Charms, when I was a kid, I didn't like the marshmallows. I ate Lucky Charms for the plain pieces. I am just that crazy. Yeah. I think that's about it. Okay. What's your favorite Sims game? For PC, Sims 3. For console, Sims 2. I've never played Sims 2 on PC, but I have played it on console. And it's crazy on the console, man. I've played the crap out of that game. But as for Sims 3, do I have that installed? Probably not. Oh yeah, I do actually. I have it installed. I used to have a series for The Sims 3 on the channel, but I got rid of that because there was a session in there where it didn't capture my voice. So that was fantastic. But yeah, I've since deleted the whole thing. No one watched it. It wasn't very good anyway, but yeah. Sims 2 on console would be my favorite. which is crazy. I'm sorry I'm late, but what is your fave game apart from any NASCAR game? Favorite game is tough. Like I've actually thought about it myself a few times. Like I'll be playing a game randomly. I'm like, I love this game, and then I just randomly think, but is it my favorite game? You know, but Midnight Club 3 is a big one. I've played that game for 120 hours on one game save, and I've had a lot of game saves. Juiced, I have a lot of game saves for that. There's a 10th anniversary review coming up for that in June, I think. So be prepared. I'd say Grand Theft Auto for one of my favorites, but like I can just sit around and I can just sit down and screw around in Grand Theft Auto. Like recently I've been playing Grand Theft Auto 5 and literally all I've been doing is I'm just sitting there with my controller, just boop-a-doop, boop-a-doop, listening to creepypastas. And what I'll do, I'll play as Trevor, and I'll take a white Coquette Classic, and I'll just kill people for literally no reason. It's fun. And I just sit there and do that. It's just Grand Theft Auto is so much fun to just screw around in. But I'd say favorite game on PlayStation 1 would be called Vigilante 8 Second Offense. It's sort of like a Twisted Metal game, only slightly different. It's a little bit more realistic, except there's flying cars, so that's a thing. It's a fun game. I have a series on this channel. I might redo it because the series kind of sucked. But yeah, Vigilante 8 Second Offense on PS1. As for favorite game on the PS3, I don't know. Like I would say Fallout New Vegas. I have over 100 hours, 140 hours, I think, of Fallout New Vegas. I should just show off my character in Fallout New Vegas. That thing is a beast, but Gran Turismo 5 would be my favorite on PS3. That was my first game, actually, on PS3. I bought that along with TNA Impact Wrestling. That game took literally 25 minutes to install, and then it sucked, and I was like, come on. But anyway. Yeah. Yep. Okay. What's your favorite non-NASCAR racing game? Torn between Juiced and Gran Turismo 3. I've put a lot of hours into Gran Turismo 3. You have no idea how much I've played that game. And I only have one save for that one. Like, I feel like if you play Gran Turismo 3 once, you've played it all times. So I put a lot of time into that game. Juiced is a lot of fun, though. Favorite non-NASCAR racing game? That's tough. Shoot. But yeah. Gran Turismo. I'm going Gran Turismo. Do you watch NHL hockey? If so, what's your favorite team? I've never gotten into hockey. One of my coworkers is really big into hockey, and he'll tell me all about it. Like, I don't even need to watch it to know what's going on in the hockey world. But yeah, hockey's not my thing. I like a lot of sports, but basketball and hockey are just not my thing. I've warmed up a little bit more to basketball, like now that I'm in high school and I can like go to our games and like actually know the people there and watch them play the game. You know, the ones that actually go out for basketball. But you know, yeah, yeah. I'm all NASCAR and baseball. That takes up all my time. Okay, so toss up between Reese's Puff and Frosted Cheerios. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. NASCAR 06 review status update. Well, I have some footage. I've recorded the words. Like, all of the words are recorded, I believe. Unless I am stupid. No, wait, I'm halfway done with the words. I remember now. As for video, I have about 40 minutes of video, but only about probably 5 of them can actually be used because it's mostly loading screens. So it's coming along. It's coming along. But I've got to finish the Juiced review first, and then I can focus all of my time and energy into the 06 review. So that's that. We're nearing the end. It's just about been 2 hours. I'd say we have 20 minutes left because I started a little late. So, any more questions? Because I'm going to start reading again if there isn't. My favorite teacher and favorite food. Oh, shit. It was actually 2010. February 1st, 2010. JK. My favorite teacher ever in school is a hard decision. I like basically all the teachers, but the best is Mrs. Heltzel in Spearfish. She was so nice. She was so nice. Oh my God. The memories. Oh, she was so awesome. Oh my God. That was 3rd grade. I just moved to Spearfish in 3rd grade just before Halloween. And that lady was awesome. Like, she was so much fun. And then the very next year, I got probably my worst teacher. So that was fantastic. We went from top to the bottom pretty quick. But anyway, let's see here. Everyone loved having her as a teacher, and every day would be fun. It was in 3rd grade. I think every 3rd grade teacher is fun. That's a broad generalization. It was wonderful being there. There wasn't much hard work, and there were fun ways to do things. I actually remember we were supposed to read, what the hell is that story called? It was a story about the 1,000 cranes. 1,000 paper cranes. Paper cranes book. There we go. Sadako and the 1,000 paper cranes. We were supposed to read that for class, and when she was teaching math, I'd just be over here reading some 1,000 cranes. And she wouldn't even yell at me about it. I think she was just glad that I was reading. Because, like, before, I'd be like, fuck reading. But then we read that book, and I'm like, ooh, this is a fun book. But, I love that lady. I love that lady. That was actually the year that I started my fan fiction stories. Actually, no. Actually, yeah. Actually, well, that was the year it got its name. I remember when we were doing computer classes in Spearfish. You know, all this stuff can wait until like my live stream. But anyway. Okay. It was a fun year. I really enjoyed my time as a 3rd grader in Spearfish, South Dakota. If anyone in Spearfish, South Dakota said they didn't enjoy 3rd grade and they had Mrs. Heltzel, I cannot imagine why. That was a very enjoyable year in Spearfish, South Dakota. Can you tell that I needed to fill a lot of the page? How small it is, and it starts getting wider and more repetitive. Then again, I did have some negative influences in that class. I had a lot of negative influences in that class. Okay, we got some more comments here. Do you watch IndyCar? Not often. I try to watch IndyCar. Indy 500 Sunday, the day that I graduate. They should live stream it at the school. That's what they should do. My favorite driver is Will Power. Dan Welton died. I think that was his name, right? Dan Welton. I think it's Dan Weldon anyway, because I feel like that's a character from a movie. Speaking of movies, what was that indie movie? What was that IndyCar movie? Oh my God, it was such a good movie. I don't remember. But it had like, it actually had an actual racer in it, I thought. If I looked like a few months back in my browser history, I'd find it, but I don't feel like it. What's your favorite holiday? I love me some Talk Like a Pirate Day. Yar, mateys. Captain Morgan. Captain Morgan. Have me some Captain Morgan sometime here soon. But anyway, favorite holiday, man. I don't really pay attention to holidays really that much. Like if it's someone's birthday, I'll be like, oh, happy birthday. But beyond that, I don't really look into holidays that much. I'd say Labor Day because it gets us out of school. But I'm out of school now, so why should I care? Maybe Columbus Day. I'll go Columbus Day. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. What's your favorite subject in school? Lunch. I haven't had a computer class in years, but I enjoyed computer classes. Multimedia was fun. Originally, we were going to move back to Spearfish about sophomore year, and I didn't want to because I wanted to take the multimedia class here because I didn't think we'd be able to get it in Spearfish. Then I took the multimedia class last year, and then we moved out here. And now I don't want to move. I don't want to go to no frickin' Dickinson State University. The hell is this shit? My favorite subject, but like, you know, multimedia was just a class. My favorite subject. What's the one class that I don't hate? Science is fun. Our science teacher is so awesome. I am disappointed that I'm graduating this year because that means I don't get to take another one of his classes ever again. And that's a darn shame. I didn't know what to think about him the first time that I met him. But ever since, he's so awesome. Like I said before, I subscribe to him. Waski Squirrel. W-A-S-K-I-L. W-A-S-K-I-S-Q-U-I-R-R-E-L. That's my science teacher, and he's a badass. You should check his channel out because he's a badass. But as for favorite subject in school, definitely physics. He made physics fun. I'd have a lot more fun talking about which subjects I hate. That would be fun. English this year was hell. I might have to have a whole separate video on that. But I know this is quick. I know this is a cliche question that gets asked in a lot of Q&A videos, but who inspired you to start YouTube? Uber Hacks or Nova. When I first started watching his videos, I was like, "Oh my God, this guy's hilarious!" And then I figured out that he was getting paid to do this. And I'm like, "What? You're getting paid to play games? Holy shit!" And that is how I got here today, getting paid to play games. And yeah. Other inspirations would definitely be like the main guys that I watched first. 72 Winnebago, Critical, Clement, Brain Scratch, even PewDiePie. PewDiePie is the reason that I screamed a lot in my original videos. Like you watch like Hard Time and even some of the Minecraft Utopia parts coming, I screamed a lot in those because I thought that's how you got views. And now I know to scream only when you're angry. And I get angry a lot, so fuck it. Nah. What's your favorite candy bar? I would have said Butterfinger a few years ago, but now I kind of like Hershey's Cookies and Cream better. We don't get much candy up here. We get like Kit Kats and Snickers and 100 Grands. Yeah, I haven't bought much beyond cookies and cream these days. So why is my face red? I don't know. Evan Newman, you just popped in? Yes, really early on, way early on, like in the first 10 minutes I answered the question. So yeah, there you go. Why is my face red? I don't know. Like, I might actually have a sunburn, I'm not sure. But because when we went to Bismarck on the 8th, I got a sunburn then, and that was away. But then I went to the track meet on Friday, this Friday, the last Friday that just happened. And my face was in the sun the whole time, like the sun was out, and it was just boom, and all I could feel is So I might have a sunburn right now, but I'm not sure. But what I think it is because about a year ago, I found out that I had an abnormally high blood pressure, and 17 years old and having high blood pressure is just beyond anything. So I thought that's what that was for a while. So I started like working hard to get in shape, and I haven't weighed myself yet today, but last time I weighed myself, I had lost 15 pounds since January. But you know, I spent $40 on Monday for food, so who the hell knows how much I weigh now. But yeah, I've been cutting back on binge eating. I've been watching what I eat a lot more often now. I mean, you know, got some Oikos, better than what I usually have. Like before, like back when I, on a weekend basis, ate whole DiGiorno pizzas by myself, you know. Now I think I've only done that once this year, actually, and that was after like starving myself for 2 days because I knew I was going to do it. Yo, Truex sucks. I'm guessing you're a fan of I don't know who you're a fan of, but when my driver is getting top tens, yours must not be. So boom goes the dynamite. Back to my sob story about my weight loss. But yeah, it's getting better, you know. Like I'll have some Oikos. Like I like the fruit on the bottom ones. But yeah, watching my weight a lot better. As for my face being red, I don't know. I don't know. It's been like that for a long time, actually. Back when I was about 10, maybe not 10, maybe 12, I'd come home after school and I look in the mirror and I see my whole face is red, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I look at it and it looks like I have a mask on. Like it's perfectly around here. It looks like I have a mask on. And that's always pissed me off because I think it looks stupid. So we'll go back to Twitter here. We're looking at some Driven. Thank you, Donald Knight. Driven. My internet's cutting out. I can't see this picture. Driven. That's what it was. I watched that with my grandpa, actually. I'm coming back full circle again. I watched that in his camper, and I was just hanging out. I was watching a movie, and he was asleep. And I'm thinking, this is a good movie. You know? So, yeah. 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 I think I'm caught up now. If I could get this goddamn fucking picture to load, maybe I'd be able to know what your question is, because it's have you seen, and then it's a picture, and I can't see the picture because the freaking internet sucks here. Oh, yep. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, Twitter. You're really helping. What is the worst? What was the worst video game you've ever played? I always want to say Rebel Raiders, but then I think about it. You know, like I've played Bubsy 3D. I've played Bubsy 3D. It counts, but anyway, Rebel Raiders, Operation Arrowhawk or something. I don't know. Rebel Raiders, Operation Nighthawk. That game sucks ass. I bought it because that was when they were starting to release Ace Combat games on PS3 and Xbox, and not on PS2. So I needed something to tide me over until I was rich enough to buy me a PS3. So, oh no, wait, I spent the 15 of my grandma's money on MLB. I've gotten my money's worth out of that game, by the way. But I spent, now this is back when I was little and I wasn't having a steady income of money. So whenever I bought a game, you know, it was going to be that was going to be the only game I'd get for like a good 3 months at least. And when I got that, I was like, no, this game sucks. No. And the next 3 months were just me thinking, what the fuck was I thinking? But anyway, got another question. Cats or dogs? Cats or dogs is an interesting one with me. When I was little, I loved dogs and I hated cats. Then as I got older, I got more and more afraid of dogs, and I loved cats a lot more. And now we went to a pet shop on Monday. And there was just the cutest little kitties. Oh my God, they were so cute. Oh, it's so painful. Seeing them behind that glass, and just, oh my God, they were so cute. Oh. So cute. There's these cats that hang out around where I work. They live like across the street in this little hole in a fence. And they've always been hanging out around the place. When one of them got run over one day, I was like, no. Because I felt like they were my cats. I built up that bond between man and animal to the point where I imagined that this kitty is my own. But yeah. So it's cats now. We're caught up again. Oh, never mind. Do you have bug problems in your house? Used to. That was like the only reason that I wanted to move away from the house that we used to live in. Was because I lived on the ground level, because our house is like a split level, was like a split level before. You go in, you can go up or down, and down was ground floor. So I used to live on ground floor, and every single day, I swear, I'd find a spider hanging around somewhere. It was like on the floor or in the bathroom. We used to have fucking centipedes. Centipedes. One day, then this was like a year before we moved. One day, I was trying to go to sleep. And I was just laying there trying to sleep. And suddenly I feel something hit the back of my head. Say my name. Nerp, not Orbiton. That's pretty cool. I felt something hit the back of my head, and I'm laying there. I'm thinking, what the fuck? So I reach back there. I feel something. I grab onto it. I look. It's a grasshopper. What the fuck? Why is there a grasshopper in my fucking house? Needless to say, I slept upstairs that night. And I was like so pissed. I was like pissed off more than I was freaked out by it. I was just like going upstairs and sleeping here. I'm putting my fucking foot down. And I guess they sprayed something. Like someone sprayed something around the house and it stopped for a while. But then it started coming back full force when we were moving. And I was like, God fucking damn it. Yeah. But now we get an occasional spider every now and then. There must be like a nest. There must be like a nest of some sort by like the bathroom. Cause like every morning, like I'll go in there and I'll take a shower. I'll go in, I'll look in, I'll see a fucking spider sitting in the bathtub just hanging out. And I'm like, so I grab my shoe, I slap the shit out of it, and I flush it down the toilet, and everything's good. And there's a bit of a web over here in the corner. I see a lot of them hanging out on, like, hanging off of the sheet on my bed there. I saw a grasshopper doing that recently. I was like, not again. But yeah. Well, that's the extent of it. They usually are in the bathroom, but sometimes they'll wander their way into here. You know, I'm not afraid of what they'll do. I'm just more pissed off about the fact that they're here. Like, this is my fucking house. Get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? Like, this is not where you belong, asshole. But, yeah, you know, it's just something you have to deal with. Do you watch game shows? If so, what's your favorite? Well, when I went to my grandma's a lot, you know, binge eating and all that, I'd always watch GSN. Like, that was really the only good channel. There's like always decent programming on GSN. So I'd always tune into that because, you know, just need some background static for when I'm browsing the internet, stuffing my face with an entire pizza. I'm kind of resentful to my past life. My favorite game show, like back when my mother was pregnant with me, she'd always watch Wheel of Fortune. And like when I was like an infant, whenever they went like Wheel of Fortune, I always look around like, well, what the fuck? At least that's what my mother said. Anyway, but now I still like me some Wheel of Fortune. The Chase is pretty good. The original Chase is better though. I loved this game show called 20 Questions. It was like with a giant 20 cue ball, and it was not appropriate. To Tell the Truth, I remember that. The Weakest Link. My grandma loved that show. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Oh, what else? There's so many game shows. I mean, you have like the obvious GSN ones like Baggage and Newlywed Game and Family Feud. And, you know, I'm kind of towards those now because they showed it all the goddamn time. That's all they ever played. Like Family Feud, just 5 hours of Family Feud. Like, yeah, I get it. It's a decent show, but damn, I have some originality. I liked Lingo. When Bill Engvall came in, the show kind of went downhill. And I like Bill Engvall. Why do you have to fuck everything up? Damn it, Bill Engvall. But anyway. I'd say we're just about done here. I'll go until the half hour. So if you got any more questions, feel free to put them in now. But while we wait, I'm going to go on to another descent into madness. So let's do it. I wish I was an appliance. If I was an appliance at my house, I would most want to be a fridge. I would hold food, and it would not be very cold. It would be the perfect temperature, and it would hold food, which is important because I like to eat. And I'd be a fridge. Fridges are fun to stare at and hang stuff upon. Wow. Wow. Okay, I want to read the really weird story. It's a long story, so it had to be onto a third page. So I'm just going to read that, and then we'll do the final stories here. Is this it? I don't think this is it, but I'm going to read it anyway. Got to save something for the summer. I'm gonna have this thing called the high school retrospective, where I talk about my high school experiences and how much I hated being there. So got one on Twitter. Oh yeah, I see it now. Tremors. That was an interesting movie, to say the least. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna have a high school retrospective video. I'm probably gonna have that as a live stream too, and I don't know when, but it's gonna happen. So, oh, never mind. This is the one that I wanted to save, actually, because it's part of the Thanksgiving series. So we did a whole bunch of stories for Thanksgiving, so I want to save that for that one. So we're going back now. Okay, so here, let me kick back. There we go. All right, let's read us some ghost stories. The Indian Circle. I can already feel the racism. 3 years after the war of Iraq ended, Indians in reservations populations dropped mysteriously. The Indians were believed to be disappearing by spirits of the Iraq-killed soldiers. It's believed that the paranormal effects were spreading across ... Bah, Alan says to himself as he slams his textbook shut. Another ghost story. Alan is in the English room reading the Indian disappearances of 2012. He is really sick of reading ghost stories every day in his textbooks. He looks over to his friend Sam and says, "Can you believe this?" Sam looks over and shrugs. "Hey, it beats reading factual textbooks. Those are filled with no. Fuck my handwriting. No. I'm just going to say notes. Alan takes his pen and writes down the day's assignments. Just then, the lights went out all over the school. Screams are heard all over. An eerie mist fills the room. Suddenly, the students are floating. Indian yells are heard. The students are gone. Now, suddenly, we're talking about fucking Gary. Gary returns home. He has just purchased a new car. He was going to the school to pick up Alan. He saw the school, but something new. "Sir, what do we need here?" asked the stop sign lady. I'm here to pick up Alan, said Gary. "Grade 6th, 6B. Sir, that entire grade vanished. The lights went out across the school and..." I lost my spot. "The lights went out across the school, and when the bell rang, no one ever came out. Oh, shit. But it's Halloween in 3 days. Where do they go?" This was written on the 26th of October, 2009, by the way. So, no, it's 5 days away. "But it's Halloween in 3 days. Where did they go?" asked Gary. Stop sign lady looked angrily at him, and Gary drove out. Nancy Fias, Gary's wife, was making supper. She knew Alan and Gary like her eye color, never full. She put the 3 empty boxes of spaghetti noodles, and threw it in the trash. Gary pulled up and went inside. Nancy Gurkted Gary. That's what it says. It's like Grckted. The hell? What the fuck? Where is Alan? Did he finally go out to play? Asked Nancy. No, said Gary, staring at Alan's picture. He was trying to think of what to tell Nancy, so he came up with a lie. He was in detention, so I gave him his bike to ride home after. What did he do? Asked Nancy. Oh, what to say, he asked himself. He left his books in the science room last week and is serving 30 minutes. Oh, said Nancy. She walks back to the kitchen with Gary, discussing a punishment for him for leaving his books in the science room like a dumbass. You know, that's worth like 10 years at Guantanamo Bay for sure. Come on, he has to clean the science room. Isn't that enough? No, he is going to be in trouble. Now, no TV for how long? I need to use the bathroom. Fine, but hurry back. 1 or 2 weeks. I really need to go. He slips out of the kitchen and locks himself in the bathroom. Crap. He thinks what happens when she finds out. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. Gary opened it, and there stood Alan. Where did you go? Alan said, I went to the Indian reservation. We gave our souls to the Indians so they could go to heaven. I came to tell you goodbye. But why you? Asked Gary. The Indians told us, why not someone else? It's always me. Everyone says it, and it happens to them like it should. God picks them. Why me? God picked them. Why not someone else? God picked them. Sunlight seeped into the house. It's time for me to go. Gary watched as the spirit of his only son lifted to heaven. God takes his course. God knows what to do. God picks the time to go. God calls your name and you go. God is always right. Gary went to Nancy. It's time to go, he said. Where? Gary only looked at her. He held Alan's picture tightly in his hands. He took Nancy to the car and they drove off. As the sun set, the only movement on Hugh was the exhaust of the Fia's car evaporating. They drove north, up. Maybe Santa is at the South Pole. Santa doesn't exist. Maybe God lives at the North Pole. God doesn't exist. Up. Maybe the Fias will see Alan in heaven. Up at the North Pole. The sun set on the April day. The day when it's Halloween in 3 days. The sun set on the April day. Plot holes! The day when the circle of Indians made it. On north, the car drove. Where are we going? Quebec, Canada. Reason, north. And it's over. So, how do we want to share our feelings? Let's share our feelings. What the fuck just happened? Okay. So obviously I wrote that when I was in 7th grade. I became an atheist in 2012, the summer of 2012. So that's when I was transitioning into my sophomore year of high school. I don't know why I was so like Jesus freaky then, but whatever. It's Halloween in 3 days. The sun set on the April day. Did I even review that? Okay. Well, so that was fun. Is it going? I didn't want it to end like that. That was not supposed to happen. Well, JJ48's gone. I'm pretty sure he's the only one watching. This is still going. I don't know. I kind of just want to wrap this up. Just throw this back together again here. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. Yes, there we go. I'm seeing myself now. All right, I don't know what happened. Everyone's gone. Everyone's gone. But I'm going to finish anyway. So the next Q&A, I'll just have to say, I'll finish it. So I don't want to forget about this. So do I eat at Subway? If so, what's your favorite sandwich? Yes, I eat at Subway. That's the only chain restaurant in Bowman, North Dakota right now. I always get the Philly's cheesesteak with shredded cheese because people usually put extra cheese on if you do that. So yeah, love me some cheese. Okay, what's your favorite cookie? Subway macadamia nut cookies. And what's my favorite pizza topping? You know, Sasha's pepperoni combination. That's perfect. Ah, yes. Okay. JJ's back. Good. Hi. I'm just going to finish this up before it crashes again. So, what's my favorite SpongeBob episode? I don't know. I have to think about that. I don't know. Man, I have no idea. My favorite SpongeBob episode. That's tough. That's tough. Krusty Krab pizza. Krusty Krab pizza. Yes. Krusty Krab pizza. Who's your favorite comedian? Louis C.K. Tie between Louis C.K. and Dave Chappelle. As you can see, I'm terrible at making decisions. Everything that I like is a tie. Louis C.K. and Dave Chappelle. Jesus. If they just had a show together, my life would be complete. I mean, if that had pizza and NASCAR, tacos, pizza, and NASCAR on a Louis C.K. and Dave Chappelle show, that's what I'm feeling right now. Okay. So I don't know what happened that made my camera crash or whatever. Pretty sure it's my shitty internet, but I'm going to just be done. So they told me to play a guitar piece to end the stream. So that's what I'm going to do. Just going to do it quick. Like I got to go in like 25 minutes for graduation practice, actually. I have not been paying attention at the time. So I doubt you're actually going to be able to hear it because my amp is broken, so I can't use that. And I don't know if I want to answer. Yeah, pizza delivery. That's the one. So so there's this song called "On the Internet," and I'll just sit back here maybe. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the actual video here so I can see what I'm doing. So you see, on the internet, I'm on the internet. I am on the internet. The sites are really nice. The pornography is hot. Delete your browsing history so you don't get caught. Okay, so here's what we got here. So this, On the Internet, is the title song for a solo album that I plan to release this summer. And the riff is na, 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 na. Shit. Okay, so you go. 1, 2, 1, 2. Da-na, da-na-na. I haven't actually played this in a while. Shit. Yeah, I know this part. It's 1, 2, 1, 2. Da-na, da-na-na. Up, down, up, down. 1, 2, down again, and then back. Okay, that's the last one when it goes like that. But it's really mostly that's that sounds about right. So, and that's most of the song, I think. The sights are really nice. The sights are really nice. The pornography is hot. I think it's actually. Yeah, I think so. Do I have a? I don't know if I have that on that one. I don't think so. Oh, I had a bass part on that one. It goes like, I think it goes like something like. I think it's going like something like 3, 5. Something like that. But it's posted. It's on. You know, on the internet is on the internet. You can find it on the channel somewhere. I posted the Into Another cover after, and like about 2 weeks before was on the internet. So if you really want to hear that, search up Kamikaze Games on the internet. And I think I will do that myself just to be sure here. Kamikaze Games on the internet. Let's wait for this terrible internet connection here. Yep, it's the first result for me. And then you have Kamikaze Classics. Then you have Ether cover on the internet. Yeah. All right. Opening for Kamikaze Classics. Then you got Babysitting Cream, then NASCAR 07 and Food City 500, Madden 09, NASCAR The Game, Inside Line, Hard Time, Liberty City Stories, live stream tomorrow, more Inside Line. Well, so yeah, I've got to go to the school to practice for my graduation. So yeah. So this has been a lot of fun. I love this. I just love interacting with people on the internet. Stream status bad. Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no shit. Anyway, yeah, so I'm done now. So thank everyone for coming out. Thank you, 15,000 subscribers. That's what this was all about. Maybe in another month or two, I'll do another when there's some fresh questions and all that fun stuff. Did it crash again? Jesus Christ. I think it crashed again. Holy shit, I was just ending it. Oh, never mind. There we go. I'm going to end it now before something bad happens. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. And I will see you in whatever I post next. Thank you, JJ Fan48. Love you. I'm sorry. I just had to make it creepy, didn't I? Bye.